Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the They Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm going to use the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. I already shuffled. I'm going to do relationship first, single second. Let's see what we have. 6. Alright, now. Let's see what's going to happen here. We got some really good cards here. We have some other cards here that are a little different, but there's a bunch. There's actually there's 3 very powerful love cards, and then there's a couple major arcana cards that are really strong here. So I feel like this is quite impactful, whatever it is. The first thing I'm coming to is your challenge card. Your challenge card is the 4 of Swords. A lot of thought, not a lot of action is what I'm getting. Something's going on. It doesn't feel good, but it's kind of like one of those things where, all right, a situation is already feeling like it's out of balance. It doesn't feel good. You don't like how it's going, but I feel like you're in that mindset of like, well, I have to keep going the way it is for just now. I want to change it, but there's been a lot of missteps here, and I got to be careful. I don't want to continue us down the wrong path. I want to try to find the right path and start veering it that way, but trying to find how to, where it should go, and then once you know where you want to be, then finding a safe way to get over there is the next challenge. And I feel like you're kind of like you're just going along with what's going on now. You're not, making any ripples, but you're kind of like, I don't like where this is. I don't like how this is going, but I don't want to just make rash moves and make it worse. So I got to think about what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, hold steady to what's going on, and I'm going to have to pay attention and find a better destination and then find a way to get there. It just feels like a lot. There's a lot of mental activity here. You're just going along with what's going on, and something about your partner, I feel like you're dealing with your partner in this respect. Something isn't going the way you like. And you're just kind of like, I don't want to make this worse, I want to make it better, but how do I do that? What do I need to do? And you don't know just yet. You just don't know. And I feel like that's why this is your challenge card. Excuse me. Because the resolution or answer to this has not presented itself yet. Now, I feel like it's stressful. It's definitely stressful for you to keep going the same way, because I feel like you're stuck in this for a few weeks, if not a month or so. Same, trying to think it out, trying to find another way, but continuing on with the same momentum, same whatever you're doing, it's the same old on that. And they're saying here, they're reinforcing that's a good decision. For right now, it's very stressful, they agree, but this is the best way to handle this for now. For now, this is the best way to go. Now, I'm noticing on your partner side, this makes sense to me why this is so stressful. They got the World card. They're going into a whole new phase. There's a change going on. It's very centered on them. It's definitely going to affect you, definitely. But I feel like what's happening here, they're going through a whole shift of life, a phase shift of life. And there's something they have to do. It doesn't feel elective at all. It's the World card. It's going to happen. They're kind of trying to flow with it. I don't feel like they're having a hard time in the respect of they can't seem to handle it, but I feel like it might be a little bit challenging because they know it's like they're going through a major change. So it's challenging for that at the very least. And I'm noticing their challenge card is the Knight of Pentacles. It's going slow. Now my question is this more of a challenge because it's going slow or because they're going slow? Should it be going slow? Is that good? And is that challenging because it's going slow? Or is it because they're taking it too slow? The situation is moving forward very slowly, and it's due to them moving very slowly on it. I feel like that's the challenge card, because they should be moving forward faster. I feel like they just need to commit to it and let it happen. I feel like part of that may be they realize you're not happy, so they're going slow with it. But I feel like if they just commit to it and get it done, it's kind of like ripping off the Band-Aid. Done is done. It hurts, but move on, and then you can move on to something else. This phase shift is coming in. And I feel like what needs to happen See, they're having a hard time with this. They're going slow, but I feel like this phase shift, they're experiencing this Two of Swords, but I feel like it's a lot to do with they know you're not happy. It feels like they know you're not happy, and it's making it hard for them because they do love you, definitely love you. They're like spiritually, they're having a hard time because they know this has to happen, but they're just trying to drag it out. They're trying to slow it down, trying to kind of put it in stasis, even though I feel like that's not possible. And I feel like this is because they know how it's affecting you, and you mean a lot to them. What would actually help them to get themselves out of that Two of Swords energy is actually the Three of Pentacles with you. Working this out, talking this out with you. They just need to explain to you what's happening and why this has to happen. Because I feel like they need to just kind of get on board with it themselves and just accept that it's happening. And they need to talk it out with you and work with you on the situation. Like what has to change and what you can salvage from the past, whatever that may be. And I feel like that would help them greatly. Greatly if they just come towards you and talk this out with you. It may not be anything you can actually do, but at least if you know what's going on, and at least if they talk with you and explain what's happening, if you have more of the know, I feel like that will help. What's holding them back is the Moon card. They're really afraid that you're going to be very upset about this. That it's going to be one of those moments that it's a really bad moment. And the Moon card is telling me they're living in this fear that this is going to be a really bad moment. You're going to be very upset. It's just going to be one of those things that's going to create a big blow up. They seem to think it's going to be really bad. Now, I'm getting if they come towards you, that's better. I do, though, I'm noticing you have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Swords on your side, which don't get caught up in the gender of these cards, of course. The Queen of Swords is in where you're standing. Knight of Cups, what makes things better for you? I don't feel like you can keep waiting for them to come forward to you. Because I feel like this is really stressful. That Ten of Wands is really stressful on you. The Queen of Swords, though, where you're standing, you got a lot of mental strength. You know what to say to put things in perspective. You know how to start a fight. You know how to end a fight. Let's put it that way. You know how to get what you want out of the situation. You're very sharp. So if you want to start a fight, you know how to do that. If you want to work things out diplomatically and calmly, you know how to do that. So if you want to... Coming forward with this Knight of Love here, this Knight of Cups, I'm getting you have to use your intellect to get this conversation started. Yes, it's better if they come towards you, but I feel like the fact that you're under so much stress, just to make it stop, just to get past this moment, it's better for you to actually not wait for them, just to take care of it, just so you can release yourself from this burden. And just if there's a way to make this work out more to your liking, you'll be able to do that. But I feel like there's a phase shift that can't be stopped. It's going to happen. And I feel like once you see the facts and what's actually happening, when you get more information and get more into it, I'm getting you're going to feel a lot better. I'm getting what's going to happen here is that Lover's card is going to come into full focus. And you're going to realize, you know what, this has to happen. There's really nothing. I don't feel like you're going to be over the moon about what this is going to result in. But you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to rejoice in the love you have with your partner. The situation's a whole nother situation. But, at least the love is there. Feeling honored. Feeling like you're being respected. And like you're talking it out. The phase is still going forward. But at least you're going to be on that common round. And you're going to feel a lot better. That this card comes completely into focus. And again, as that comes forward, you're feeling the love. Your partner's feeling better about this phase shift. They're committing to it. It's just happening. They're getting it done. Because I feel like you're actually saying, well, you know what, since it has to be this way, let's just commit to it. Just get it done. Let's just get it done. Just rip off the Band-Aid. Yeah, I'm not over the moon about it, but you know what? Let's just do it. Commit to it and get it done. See, even though your partner is getting that Two of Cups, they're very happy. You're talking it out. I feel like you're the one who actually is gonna go forward first and talk this out. But still, once that you're both on the same page, it relieves a lot of stress for them. They just commit to it, get it done. I do see that you got the Five of Cups for how this actually resolves or ends up or ends or whatever you want to say, plays out. It's not all bad, but the phase shift is not to your liking. You really don't want this to happen, but it's not all bad. It's just the trick of seeing the good here. I'm getting how this actually plays out for you, how you actually let it go, is just you try to just I just feel like you're trying to commit to it. You're just trying to be okay with it, and you're trying to let go of the past. You're actively trying to let go of it. You don't really want to, but it's kind of the reason you're letting it go is because like it's over. It's done. I can't get it back. The more I think of it, the worse I feel. I'm just going to let it go. A lot of energy moving on. A lot of energy just letting it go. These two cards together is you're putting a lot of energy into just, like this is the advice. Put a lot of energy into just moving forward. Just move forward. You know, put those blinders on and just have that tunnel vision. This is one of those few times in life where that will actually serve you. Just have that tunnel vision, blinders forward, and sooner or later it will subside. It'll be in the past. It'll be fine. And then it'll help you move on from this card. Because I don't feel like you really still want to. It's just you're trying to accept it. By focusing tunnel vision on the future, you should be able to do that fairly well. Fairly well. I'm not going to say you're going to be kicking up your heels about it, but, you know, at least you can kind of move out of that energy. Are we good? All right. That's what we got for Aquarius in relationships. Let's see what we have for Aquarians that are single. What do we have for Aquarians that are single? All right. Messages for Aquarians that are single. I bless these cards. There we go. So I'm going to clear out some of that energy there. Messages for single Aquarians. Empowering information that shows them the truth about what's happening. Something that shows them the truth so they can move forward based on what they want. I feel like we're going towards the truth about what's really happening and what you can do with that based on the truth that you're seeing. I feel like that's more the way we're going. There's energies kind of spiking up here, I'm noticing. Which is kind of why I tried to clear the cards out, but it seems like it's going to happen anyway. Temperance. Temperance. Things are going to take some time. Feels like this probably already has been going on for a while. Where is this going to end up? That's a good question. Temperance. Temperance, I feel like... I don't want this to end up in heartbreak, but I'm starting to feel like it because I actually, behind Temperance, that this Three of Swords is popping up, and I don't want to see it. I don't want it to be the case, but I'm kind of feeling like that might be where we're going. The thing is, who's getting their heart broke? And I don't know. I feel like it's not you, to be fair. I feel like you might be breaking somebody's heart, and you're trying not to. I feel like there's been somebody in your past that was very good to you. For some of you, I feel like there might have been some chemistry in the past, and this person that you had chemistry with in the past is trying to come back in. But the chemistry isn't there. Not for you anymore. It might be still for them, especially because I see the Ace of Cups for them in the environment. So they're still feeling the love, but I feel like the chemistry for you, it feels like it's past tense. I don't feel like it's still there. The thing is, you do respect this person a lot. You see a lot of value in this person. You do like them. You got the Nine of Pentacles. And because it was there in the past, I feel like you're hoping it'll come back for some reason. It's not really there right now, but you're like, well, maybe it can come back. Because you really do respect this person. You like this person. You think they're a great person. You don't want to be mean. Even though you're not feeling it right now, you're like, well, maybe it can come back. And I'm getting the Hierophant here where you're standing. It's kind of like, yeah, it's not here right now, but this is a quality person. I want to give it a try. I want to give it a try. I want to hopefully rekindle something. In all honesty, I'm still honestly feeling it. You're not feeling it. But you're just like, I'm going to give it a try. Because it was there in the past. Why can't it come back? Why can't it come back? It was there in the past. So I feel like you're going forward. And the Five of Pentacles with the High Priestess, I feel like this is kind of reiterating what I've already said. You're not feeling it. You're really not. You want to. In the High Priestess, it seems to be reinforcing the same thing with the Hierophant. I feel like there's a similar message there. But I feel like it's more... It feels a little more harsh going forward, I have to be honest, with the High Priestess. Because you're starting to realize you really don't feel for this person romantically anymore. You just don't. But you really do like them as a person. You really do. You want to be respectful to them. And you're just kind of thinking, is there a way for this just to kind of fade off? Do I have to have that conversation where I let them know, I'm sorry, I know it was there in the past, but for me it's just not there anymore, and I'm sorry? You don't really, I feel like you really, really, really don't want to do that because of how much you value this person and you know it's going to hurt them. You're just thinking, is there a way this can just kind of fade away? Because you just don't want to say that to them. You just, if there's a way to avoid it, you want to avoid it. I feel like we're going forward to something else here. I feel like you're avoiding saying this. And I feel like what's happening is you're sticking with the same situation. And I feel like you're actually starting to see this person. And the Four of Pentacles is telling me you're not feeling any different, but you're getting along. It's kind of like this is a really good friendship, but this is not a really good romance. This is somebody that's great as a friend. You like hanging out with them, you like being around them, you enjoy their energy, but you don't want to be romantic with this person is what I'm getting. And that's the hard thing. And I'm getting the Justice card at the bottom is like you know exactly how you feel, you know where this stands, and you've come to that spot with like, now what do I do? This is taking some time, but I do feel like it's only a matter of time before you end up breaking this person's heart. I gotta be honest, because at the top you got the Nine of Wands, and you got it over here with the Isis inspiration. This phase will end because it's a very good friend phase, and you're hanging out as friends more. I feel like you're trying to veer away from the romantic because you don't want to do that, but they're telling me this is a phase. And you're just enjoying it for what it is right now, and that's okay. I feel like that's okay. I don't know how you feel about it, but that's how it's coming forward to me. That it's an okay thing. But it's a phase. This is the way it's going right now. This other person wants more romance. They're in love with you. The Ace of Cups, they are in love with you. It's only going to be able to go like this for so long before they want more physical romance. And I don't feel like that's going to work. And I feel like they're saying sooner or later, I feel like what they're warning is like, sooner or later, you're going to have to break this person's heart. Because the way this is ending over here is the Five of Swords with the study. I feel like you're still avoiding it. You're still avoiding it is what I'm getting. It's out of respect, and I get that, but they're warning, like, the longer this goes, I feel like the harder it's going to get. And I feel like you might get this other person telling you, you know, why didn't you tell me sooner that you weren't feeling for me? And the best you're going to be able to say is, I was hoping at some point it would just kick in again. I was hoping it would just take some time, but it would kick in again. It just never did. Because I'm getting here with the Five of Swords and the study, like, you don't feel like there's any win here. You're like, if you tell this person, they're going to be upset and they're not going to want to hang out with you anymore. If you don't tell this person, they're going to keep hanging around and they're going to want more physical romance from you, and you don't really want to do that either. Or you're going to constantly avoid it, and that's going to upset them still. So it's kind of like catch-22. There's no win. It's like the fruitless victory. One way or another, this is going to definitely end is what I'm getting. It's definitely going to end. It's just how long are you going to prolong it before you actually tell this person, I don't feel for you. I'm sorry. I greatly respect you. I greatly love you as a friend, but I don't have romantic feelings for you. And the study card there is like you're really trying to find a way to get through this to where it's not going to be that painful for this person. You're trying to find a way to not hurt them. I feel like that's the big thing because you really do like them. If this reading is hitting, I feel like that's what the whole thing is hinging on. Your respect for this person, you really care about them as a person. It's not about caring about them, it's just the romantic feelings are not there. And it's just kind of letting this person know. Because you don't want to lose a friend, but you're afraid that you probably will because they're going to be upset and they're going to distance themselves from you so they can move on from it. They are definitely in love, though. So it's going to be hard sooner or later. I don't know if this is harsh, but I'm personally feeling like the sooner the better. You have to decide for yourself what you feel is right, clearly, if this reading is hitting naturally. Anything else? All right, I think we got there. I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.